man's mind is a delicate little thing, especially after something traumatic and life-altering. The yard doesn't help. Being sentenced to the yard is the last thing I would wish upon my worst enemy. Scary things in the yard. Things that make you ponder and wonder and shake the shake of a condemned man. Robert came to the yard after an unfortunate incident involving a pork roast. Folks around here called it a meat mistake, trying to smoke a pork sirloin roast. How could one be so foolish? And now he's here, day after day, wondering what if. That's where I come in. I'm the fixer here, like a supply sergeant in chains, helping my brothers out, getting them all the things they need, their every request. What can I do for you, Robert? He said.
How about a rock pick?
Remembering my friend Andy Dufresne, I opted to say no, to which he responded,
Okay, how about a poster of Rita Heyworth?
Very doable. Like this? He said,
No, not that one. More like Gilda.
Like this?
Maybe Raquel Welch in 1 million BC would be better.
Here you go.
Maybe Katy Perry?
How's this?
That's kind of creepy.
He said,
Let's go back to Rita Heyworth.
That's perfect.
That's good.
So after he buried his failed meat mistake in the Khan's graveyard, and realizing that there was no cool stone wall for me with a big oak and a bunch of cash waiting, I suggested a plan to redo the meat mistake with the proper cut of meat. It was the only thing that could get him out of the yard and get him back to living and get him back to hope.
Just who are you supposed to be?
I'm Morgan Freeman-ish.
Oh. You kind of sound like the Pepperidge Farm guy. Remember that?
Well, Pepperidge Farm remembers the tasty flavor of Grandma's homemade Milanos.
Well, so what are you proposing, anyway?
Hope. Just hope, Robert. Redoing your meat mistake as we begin your roast pork redemption.
Well, there's 2 or 3 minutes of your life you're never going to get back, huh? Anyway, yes, it's the pork roast redemption. You may remember in our episode entitled The Meat Mistake, I made a mistake. I went rushing to the store. I wanted a pork roast. I didn't have one. I was ready for my cook, but didn't have the meat. So I went to Meijer, which is our local supermarket chain, and I picked up a pork roast. Sadly, I picked up a sirloin pork roast. And I tried to do it. It just didn't work out. It's very gristly. It's very bony. I went through every smoker's cookbook I could find to see if somebody had a way of making it work. Nothing. So what we're going to do is we're going to do it the right way. We're going to do it with a pork tenderloin roast. Now there are those who are going to tell you that pork tenderloin is not the best thing to smoke. No, it's not. But it is delicious, especially with our honey bourbon glaze. Ooh. It is very delicious. It doesn't take very long. It's very simple. We're going to use Applewood because of its sweetness. We're going to cook it at 235 for 2 hours or so. Crank the temperature up to about 245, let it finish to get to an internal temperature of 140 degrees. So let's see the cook. Let's see how it's done. Let's see how we make the sauce. And let's have my pork roast redemption. have it. The pork roast redemption. I have redeemed myself. It was delicious. You are going to love it. You can also do that on ribs. You can even do it on the barbecue, just without doing the smoke. It's really, really a great glaze, and you should try it. Okay, if I can get serious with you for just a moment, I wanted to let you know that I have a very bad case of gas. No, not what you're thinking. Gas is gadget acquisition syndrome. It usually affects only radio people, former disc jockeys who get into voice work and have to buy things like really expensive microphones and processors and computers and things like that. But it also affects folks who then get into cooking. You got to have every kitchen gadget there is. Why, in just the last few months, I've acquired an air fryer, a KitchenAid mixer, a French fry cutter, a sous vide, an Instant Pot, 2 different sizes of pressure cookers, and of course the crock pots that are always so important to everyone. Gadget acquisition syndrome. I have it bad. And we're going to start using them on our videos. So to tell us what we're going to do next week and with what gadget, here is my brother, John Simpson.
Thanks, Bob. You know, as a survivor of years of your gas, I'm pleased to announce that your next video will have a delightful recipe prepared in one of your latest acquisitions, the amazing Instapot. Enjoy.
Well, thanks, John, but that seemed a little weird. It seemed like you were a little bit not feeling up to snuff, or perhaps a little bit kerfuffled, out of sync. Regardless, next week we are going to use our Instant Pot and make a delicious beef product. Yes, beef. Next time, as we cook things and enjoy them for hours on end. So join us then, won't you? And thanks. Make sure you subscribe and enjoy all the videos on the channel. Thanks.
Old people do.